All right, everybody, this one is on Ooze Finance. I saw a lot of comments saying that, this is somewhat complex, it's confusing, and when you do open it, it does look confusing. But I want to clarify a few things, and then I'm also going to it wasn't really an interview or an AMA. I'm doing a new series where I talk to actual investors in these things, and it's great to talk to owners and ask them questions. But a lot of the owners are like trying to sell things. They're trying to sell you into the platform or DApp, and I want to get other people's perspectives and share those perspectives. So just to introduce this is Ooze Finance. When you come to the site, I want to show you the kind of the main things and how to get started. First is the training center. You can go there to get some information on things and how to use it, which is good. Also, the tour guide is good. It kind of has a very basic overview of everything, the main parts. So that's where you can learn about things, the tour guide and training center. So let's talk about some of these other things. Manhole is basically it's basically a little mini DEX where you can swap USDC on Phantom to the Ooze token or vice versa. Just know that there is a sales tax, so only when you sell the Ooze token is when you're taxed. You don't get taxed when you buy it. So that's an important thing to know. So that's kind of the basics where you get started, where you can buy Ooze. So that's a good place to start. The city, this thing's laid out kind of like in teams, and So stock exchange. You can see there. Learn more about Ooze, how many people are invested. Just some information. Search, you can actually search and get information about another user. Transfer station, you can transfer NFTs between wallets, so you can send an NFT to another wallet. And the leaderboard, it just shows stats. And then the post office, you can airdrop another user Ooze. So that's kind of the basics of the city. It's pretty basic stuff there. On-ramp, this is a new feature they just added where you can actually just pay with a credit card and buy Phantom, straight from the site. You don't have to go through an exchange, which is cool. Bridge is exactly what it says. It bridges stuff from another chain. You can see this. It uses different. It uses like Rubric, which is just embedded into the site. So if you want to bridge something, you don't have to use this. So as you can see, some of these things you're not going to be using all the time. So for instance, like bridge, on-ramp, city, train center, even manhole. You buy Ooze there, but it's just not like you're going to use that every day. Even marketplace, it's just a place where people can buy or sell NFTs, already minted NFTs, and it's done through PaintSwap. And then Swamp, it's a place where you can stake slime and get further rewards with that, or to earn further XP points. We'll talk about that in the interview I did. And then the sewer, that's kind of where everything kind of is focused on. You come in here, you can mint an NFT, and then once you have your NFT, you go into Auto Ooze. And this is a lot like other staking platforms, but you don't have to go in here and like compound daily, yourself. You can actually get in here and you can select an auto compound strategy that's in this list, and it will auto compound for you and not have to pay any gas fees or anything, and it will claim for you as well, and that'll just be available to it says drain available Ooze. It'll show you what's available there. And then the XP points, this, when you get more XP in strength, speed, stealth, you end up earning more. You get a tax break for this, you get ROI increases for this one. So yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of different ways to increase your earnings. And yeah, it's actually not that complicated once you get into it. Everything's kind of based around the sewer here. So these ones are going to be kind of the main ones. That's where you mint, and auto ooze, that's where you're going to compound. That's where you're going to earn, withdraw, things like that. These other ones, Monastery, Order of Slime, these are, basically your teams and stuff. So Monastery, I'm not in the order yet. Right now I have a Biopunk NFT, but it would have to be the Order of Slime that's where you start building a team. So with all this being said, I did an interview he's a moderator in the Ooze Finance Telegram group and an early investor, and he was involved with the testing. And so yeah, with that, I will turn it over to the interview that I did.
So are you still an admin? Are you one of the admins? Like
yeah,
one of the originals, or?
Yeah, so I actually personally know one of the devs. I've been in a group with him and a couple other guys, and I am not sure who the other three devs are. I have a pretty good idea of one of them, and then we think we know who the third one is. The fourth one, we have no idea.
Yeah.
But my buddy kind of told us he's working on a project with some friends, and it just kind of, they kept building, and we were kind of there from the beginning, and he would bounce ideas off us. And, so we're not actually part of the development, but, we may have suggested stuff that became part of the project. And incidentally, people are suggesting stuff all the time, and you'll turn around 2 days later and they've implemented it. There was a guy who just kept harping on, can you add a fiat on-ramp? Can you add a fiat on-ramp the last couple of days? And today, boom, there's a fiat on-ramp.
Yeah, it's nice when devs do that they listen to people, because the excuse is always usually, well, the contract is immutable, you can't change it. It's like, well, you can spin up another contract to expand functionality. And of course the front end, they can do anything. So yeah, it's just nice to know that there's devs that are like, hey, we listen to the community, and any good idea is that, and if it's going to help things, then, let's throw it in there.
Yeah, for sure.
No reason not to. So,
yeah, they're present. They're receptive. I mean, you go on any day into the Telegram or the Discord, and you always will see one of the devs in there interacting with the community.
Nice.
So,
cool.
Yeah. So the prices, there's been so much buying today. I was saying the private pre-sale price was $1.04. It was 1.004.
Wow.
And then I think at one point it popped over 3, but that was just people trying to turn the token around.
Yeah.
And they had a week where the sell tax started at 50, and then it decreased linearly over the week to 10. So I don't remember if it ever dropped below $2. But it's been a pretty steady climb ever since.
Yeah, that's nice.
So this is kind of the launch page, and then you go into the DApp. Here's the on-ramp I was talking about that they just added, and it opens up a new window where you can on-ramp with a credit card or Apple Pay. It just uses one of the third-party services to buy FTM.
Wow, nice.
So, and then I love how when you hover over it, gives you a little description. because, you know, even though I've been involved since the beginning, sometimes I forget. You know, so the manhole, you go in here and you can buy your ooze. And then they've got the chart over here. Got a training center if you want to go through that. City has some cool features. The stock exchange gives you another chart. Yeah, there were a couple of $10,000 buys today.
Wow, that's huge.
I imagine they're just going to try and flip that, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
And
those
then-
guys that just play the pump and dump, I don't know. I'm more in it for, going through the whole cycle of the whole project instead of just trying to play it for 10 minutes. So
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you make $1,000 or make $85,000. So you decide. So we've got almost 1,800 players right now. Most of them, well, I guess there's like double the amount of Order of Slime. And then the others are the biopunks. You know, just let me know how much detail you want me to go through.
So like, what are the biopunks versus the players?
So the biopunks, basically you pick the schedule you want for compounding and claiming, and the system does it for you automatically, and it pays for your gas for all those transactions. So let's say you pick the holiday maker schedule. It's going to compound for 21 days, and then it's going to claim for 7 days in a row. And then anytime that you go in there and it has some claimed ooze, you can withdraw it, and you'll pay gas fees to withdraw it. You know, but if you don't really have time and you don't want to take care of it, you just get yourself a biopunk and it does everything for you. And once in a while you can go in there and you can withdraw some ooze and you can sell it or do whatever you want with it. So that's the biopunk.
Okay.
And then the Order of Slime, you do everything manually. So you decide on the schedule that you want. I've been playing with a calculator that somebody came up with. I think I finally have learned enough about it to start making some videos to show people. Because I love to have a spreadsheet to keep track of my stuff.
Yeah.
And then this is also for team building. So with some of the other ROI dApps, you buy a separate unrelated token that allows you to team build and get rewards. With Ooze, you have your slime liquidity pair, which is Ooze and USDC. And then you stake that in the swamp. So if you want to have a team here, so you buy your USDC and it automatically zaps your slime USDT liquidity pair. And this scales with your deposit. So since I have 900 deposited on this, I needed almost 111 slime to build 2 levels of team building.
Okay.
You know, it'll tell you exactly what you need. So if you only have 10 ooze, you're not going to need to buy that much slime, and you can start team building. You know, and as your team grows, you can buy more slime. You can use XP that you've earned through positive actions in the system to get slime. You know, but you're actually staking ooze to get your slime, so it kind of helps support the system by locking up some of the ooze.
Okay.
So, you know, you've got your earning XP. So you can buy and stake to earn XP. And I'll explain the XP in a minute. And then rewards. Let's see, I have 1.47 slime in rewards that I've earned so far. So I can stake those or redeem them. And when you redeem it, it goes straight to USDC. You don't have to like break it apart and like all the fun stuff I used to do
So
on
like,
Beats.fi.
yeah. So it like reverse zaps it back to your wallet. So,
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are the two things. Let's see if I can go to, so in the sewer, my monastery. Yeah. So this is just a small personal team that I have. And these are both my sons. He's pizza delivery guy and oh, that's my daughter, my son and my daughter. My son has his own team. He's got two of his own NFTs under this, but these are my two kids. I put them under me.
Nice.
So some of the big teams, like this whole thing is just filled with these little dancing guys everywhere because they have huge teams. And you can look up any. So let's look up one of the big ones, Slime Bees. He's a big dripper. And it gives you a pretty cool view of, he's got a huge team.
It's like his family tree here. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he's a big wig and drip, and I'm like, I can't. This is the first time I've looked at this. It's monstrous. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, but you can see how people have built little teams under them.
Yeah.
But there's tons of ways to view different things on here. It's a really fun dApp. It actually, when they presented the idea, because they were kind of bouncing ideas off us and looking for suggestions, and they had settled on this one. I mean, I was a little iffy on it. It's just like, as far as professional looking, it's not really, but it's DeFi. It doesn't have to, look like a corporate website.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's like the old NES Street Fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
Fun.
Yeah. And then that's one of their main goals is, it says it right on the page, make DeFi fun again. And it's fun and people love it. And, once you get past how it looks and start tinkering with the mechanics, it's really an amazing system. So, I mean, obviously I'm a little bit biased, but
yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, I've just been interested in like, how it works and how, the experience of others, that's why I want to kind of do more, I had the idea of this format because, you speak to an owner and of course they're going to sell you on something. But if there's actually users that are, invested and, they're not the owner, then it's more of I'm not going to say unbiased because, a lot of people kind of get attached to investments, but it's more of an outside perspective of somebody's investment, a more realistic view of somebody's investment instead of, an owner, kind of saying we're going to the moon. It's more like, what is more realistic of an expectation of a user.
Right. For sure. And like I said, I'm involved in several other ROI dApps, and, some of them have some cool features. This one, it kind of takes the best features from all of them and then adds some more on top of it. Plus the fact with how amazing the devs have been with the community. I'm a lot more excited the last few weeks than I was when I first heard about the project, kind of being there as it developed into what it is today. I really like it. I've been involved in enough projects that I've lost money, and, I know I'm not going to become a millionaire on a project, but, a little bit here, a little bit here. And I think this is one of the projects where could be a little bit more than a little here.
Yeah.
You know, it's there's a couple different ways that you can like grow your deposit. So they have speed, strength, and stealth. So this is one of my NFTs, and you can grow strength, which takes your NFT from a base of 8x to 12x. So if you started with 100 ooze, you could the base you could grow it to as 800, or if you increase your strength, you could grow it to 1200. And then based on what you grow it to, then you're going to get your 1% for a year.
Okay.
Speed changes the ROI from a base of 1 up to 2%. And then stealth increases the kickback you get from your guru or from the system wallet. So every time you do a transaction, you get that 10% tax. And if you have a guru that's set 75% kickback, you know, so again, using some easy numbers, if you had 1,000 ooze and you compounded your it, you're going to get 10 ooze minus the 10%, but then you would get 75% of that back based on the kickback of your guru. I think I explained that right.
Okay.
You know, and it really comes into play when you start your NFT. So if you deposited 100 ooze, your 10% tax would be 90, and then you're going to get 7.5 back if your guru has max kickback set. So then you end up only paying 2.5 ooze as your tax instead of 10.
2.5. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So, you know, from what I've been figuring out, you know, really the max that I've been able to get out of any NFT based on the calculator I'm working with, no matter where you start and how you set your strength, speed, and stealth is the same. So it's just a matter of how fast you get there.
Okay.
You know, but they're fun, and they add another layer. You know, the max payout is 50,000 ooze. You know, so that kind of restricts things too. You know, so like with drip, you have your magic numbers.
Yeah. Your max payout. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got your magic numbers for this too. So you don't want your deposits to be over about 1712. And then 8 times that would be 13,698. And then 1% of that for a year, that gives you your 50,000.
Okay.
So, you know, it's similar in that respect. So, you know, if you're going for the 50K payout, some of this stuff, you know, will just get you there faster.
Okay. Yeah, it's not going to change your payout. It's just how fast you get it back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and then you can just scroll through your different, here I've got my Mark Wahlberg. And I've got another Mark Wahlberg and a Spider Senses. I thought I had one more. Oh, there's the other one. And a Jenny McCarthy.
Nice.
So just playing around, you know, but I set up this little team with Mark _ Wahlberg as the guru. And then I got these 2 others that, you know, I self-referred. So, you know, it's a kind of nice system with the rewards, how you can do that.
Yeah.
And then, oh, it's going to yell at me if I go to the auto ooze on it, not a biopunk. Yeah, so the auto ooze, they have these different schedules that you can set. So I personally like the holiday maker. So I'm on the 21 days right now, and then it'll claim for 7 days. And then I'm going to have to go in there and take some of the ooze that I earned and redeposit it so that I can get to the 50K max.
Okay.
But I have a feeling a lot of people are going to leave money on the table because they're just going to do their 8X or their 12X and call it a day.
Yeah.
Which I guess adds another layer of sustainability to the system.
Okay.
So, any other questions so far?
So if you were just, Joe Blow, no new user coming in, what's the, they have, Phantom in their wallet, they've got some USDC or whatever in their Phantom wallet.
Mhm.
What should they start doing? There's probably different ways of earning, but what's kind of the easy primer of just getting them in and getting them going?
Yeah, for sure. So, the first thing that you're going to need to do is purchase some ooze. So, you decide how much USDC you want to spend, and then you just buy your ooze.
Okay.
The sales tax here, this is if you're selling it, not for buying it. There's no buy tax.
Okay.
So you start in the manhole, you buy yourself some ooze. And I already have some, so I'm not going to buy some more because it's expensive. Then you go over to the sewer. So once you have your ooze, you're going to go to mint, and you pick your order of slime or your biopunk. So we'll do this one for you. Which one do you want? You want a team build?
Probably just biopunk, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, you'll change your mind eventually and get another one.
Probably will.
So we're going to mint this with 25, and our kickback is set to 75%. So it's going to be 25 times 0.9, and then you'll get back 3/4 of that, 10%.
Okay.
All right. How about a username?
I don't know. You can just use my regular username, Sudo Pratt. We'll just roll with that.
SUDU?
SUDO.
Oh. Like that?
Yep.
All right. And then you just click deposit and mint. Transactions are, see, sometimes this happens. Things get busy, so we'll reject it and try it again. Normally it's like 0.00 something FTM.
Okay. Probably gotta pull down your MetaMask. I've had problems with my MetaMask wallet not automatically popping down.
All right, we'll confirm that. Okay. So it's minting, it's depositing. Give it a minute. There we go. So it's minting and it's depositing it into the sewer. So it's a bunch of actions going on here. Can you hear the music?
Yeah. Nice.
All right, so there you go. And then you can check your stats too. It's funny because it's an NFT and people are always like, oh, what kind of traits did you get? But I didn't even look up my NFTs until a couple of days ago, because to me, that's not really the important part of it being an NFT.
Yeah,
Oh, you got a long sword there.
nice.
Yeah, and a blue mohawk. All right, so one of the other great features about the protocol is that, like you saw, I had all those NFTs in a single wallet. So, it's not like if you're in Drip and you want to have multiple accounts, you got to start separate wallets. So we're going to go to the city. We're going to go to the transfer station. And if you want to send me your wallet address, or we could do it off screen, or whatever you want to do, or you can black it out later.
I can just chat it to you.
Yeah.
I can just send it to you in Telegram.
Perfect. Yeah, and the transfer tax is only 1%. So I had NFTs strewn across a couple of wallets at launch, and then I just transferred them all. Actually, if you transferred them before launch, there was no fee. It was just kind of a pain to do it through MetaMask, and you can only do it mobile. All right, so confirm and transfer. $0.05. And it's on your way. There you go. Congratulations. You're the new owner of a Biopunk NFT. Yeah. So if you decide you love the protocol and you want to start doing some team building or present it to your fan base, you'll just mint another Order of Slime NFT. And they would just enter in your referral name. So it's pretty easy.
Nice.
I don't know, you want to share your screen now and see if you got it?
Sure, we can do that. Let's see.
Oh, there it is. Yep. And then if you go to the sewer. Yep. And then auto ooze. And then
Like change the strategy or
yeah, so if you want to change the strategy, this is where you would do it. Yet click on the box. Yep.
oh, nice. And can you just change it anytime?
Yep, change it anytime. Of course, it's a transaction.
Yeah, it's a few pennies probably. So then you just have to wait for the Phantom Network.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, in the next day or so, I'm going to try and put out a video with a spreadsheet that I've been helping somebody. I've kind of been testing it out for them.
Okay.
And it works a little bit differently with a Biopunk. Actually, I think I may try and use the same strategy for Order of Slime NFTs too, because it's feels like it might be easier. But so every so often you need to go in and take some of the claimed dues and redeposit it to increase your balance. Yeah, so your max balance right now is 178, because that's going to be your 8 times 22, whatever it was.
and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
22,275.
Yeah. Yeah, so the idea is to get your deposited up to 1712.33.
Okay. So that's like the magic number.
Right, right. So your accrued balance will be the 1% of the 23,963. But your 8x to 12x max payout is based on your deposited.
Okay.
So it's similar to Piston. I don't know if you're familiar with that one,
Yeah.
where you have to claim and redeposit to keep your balance going up, or your deposited balance.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so yeah, after you met your NFT, you got that going, you got your strategy going. Anything else that, you know, the first time user should, you know about or do, or just kind of maintenance along the way, other than, you know, obviously you want to claim, redeposit, kind of build up that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
principle,
I would
but
join the Telegram. You know, I'm still modding or adminning over there, modding, whatever you want to call it. There's a whole bunch of people over there, and we try and keep it a safe place to be.
yeah.
We had a little ruckus last night that we had to squash, but it's pretty rare. You know, you always can get help there. It's a great place to learn, and there's lots of resources. There's a Discord too, if people prefer that.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, other than if you're a biopunk setting your strategy, you know, go in, play around, experiment, and ask questions.
Okay.
Oh,
cool.
The marketplace leads to PaintSwap, and they actually updated this today. So I haven't actually clicked on that yet. Yeah, so I think they're pulling information from PaintSwap. Yeah, the names of these are silly.
Yeah. Whatever people make up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, Logan Paul, Seth Green, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of did the same thing. You know, and they did a contest the other day, where if you have an order of slime, you could get into the drawing, and if you won, they minted 300 Ooze NFTs, and they put those under your order of slime NFT.
Wow. Yeah,
And then
that's huge.
they put those 3 NFTs on PaintSwap for half price. So
wow.
people got 3 different people got those 100 Ooze NFTs for half price. You know, so it benefited 4 people. You know, because some guru got 3 team members, and 3 people got half price NFTs.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, this they actually implemented today. The link used to take you right to PaintSwap, but now, yeah, those 2. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I think these probably still go to PaintSwap if you want to actually purchase.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know, and the ranking system that PaintSwap uses is a little bit different than the one that is used directly on the Ooze
on
site.
Ooze.
Right. But you kind of get the idea. So yeah, and apparently
That's cool.
the Ooze NFTs are number 3 in volume over the last 24 hours and the last 7 days.
Wow. Huh.
So, some other things that they're going to institute, you're going to be able to, if you're a guru with a big team, you'll be able to buy a building on the DApp. And then, people in your monastery can go there and you can have meetings with them. They have some really cool stuff in the works.
That's cool. And the admins, or I mean the mods and owners, or the devs, are they pretty? I mean they're pretty open to questions. I mean,
oh, for sure.
If you ask about mechanics and stuff, they're pretty open.
Yeah, they love talking about that stuff. I mean, awesome. How many projects do you know that have 4 devs?
Yeah.
A lot of the projects, especially like the ones that you talk about in your videos, they hire somebody, they want to do a fork of something and they hire somebody, and the owner has no input into the project and has to trust the person that they hired.
Yeah.
Here it's these 4 devs and they all have it, years of experience in programming, and it's just, it's one of the smoothest projects I've been involved with.
Yeah. I ran into a dev the other day that he launched this project, had a timer, and said, okay, let's go. Looked at the code, and there was actually rug code like from the dev, like it could just rug everything, and he just hit it under a different method name of like update some value, but that method actually could rug the entire project, and the owner is just like, I had no idea. Like yeah, pretty terrible.
It's crazy.
So it's nice that when devs are involved and like open to answering questions and stuff like that. There's a lot of places where you have honest questions and you ask a question about mechanics or something, and they all yell rug or FUD or whatever, and
they ban you
out of the group, and it's crazy, it's weird. It's nice to know that they're involved and happy to answer questions, because I mean, if you built a DApp and you have nothing to hide, then just answer the questions, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So I'd encourage you to go into the main Telegram group and poke around and ask some questions. And if the admin in there can't ask it, we'll tag one of the devs and they'll pop in.
Cool. Another question I have is, can you, like, for referrals, I'm not leaving referrals anymore, links for referrals, but as part of this video, if you want to, refer somebody to your team, I'm happy to add that. So I really want to make my channel more about, helping the community, not just, helping myself. So if you want to send that to me.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Because like I said, I'm all about helping the community, not just helping my own wallet. So
yeah, I mean, that's why so many of us love your channel. I mean, it's one of the only places to get non-biased information, and we know when we go there, you're not just shilling. It's going to be an honest review, and if you find something out later, then you go back and you amend your video. And I mean, I think it's one of the best crypto channels out there, and which is why I wanted to reach out to you, because I felt like this project really was kind of something that you'd be able to appreciate.
Yeah, thanks for that. I mean, I really tried just to just provide unbiased information, and that's another reason I kind of got away from doing referrals, because as soon as I start doing that, it just kind of adds kind of a layer of I don't know, it feels like I owe the DApp something when I just don't want to.
Right.
I just want to be very unbiased, and like, I have no financial interest in providing the information. Obviously I've got projects coming up that, obviously will hopefully will make me something, but I'm not just all about that. So
right.
I
Right.
fear if I take care of the community will take care of me. So
Mhm.
yeah,
All right. Well,
cool.
I hope this new series works out for you.
Yeah,
I'm honored to be the first one.
yeah, yeah. So I'm hoping others, will want to, jump in the channel too and provide their perspective on other dApps too. But this is pretty cool. And thanks for the mint of the NFT. And
Yeah, my
um,
pleasure.
yeah, yeah. Anything else you want to leave with about Ooze before we end?
Yeah, as always, do your own research and make sure you're comfortable investing. And I mean, anyone I talk to about crypto, I let them know, as good as this sounds, make sure you're only investing money that you can live without.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I'm not sure you can repeat that enough times.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Um,
know. Yeah, I don't know how you can, because I don't know. Say it all the time. It's like, of the investments, crypto is probably I mean, other than going to a casino, this is, probably of the next, level of risk. So,
for
um,
sure.
yeah. So if you lose all your money on one dApp, you know, and like I've said before, I get things wrong. You can't, I'm not a fortune teller,
Right.
and things can go south pretty quick in DeFi. And but hopefully, if we can find the good ones that, the devs are honest and open, and kind of working together as a team, we can prevent some of that.
Mhm.
Um, it's not
Definitely.
going to always go perfectly right, and people need to understand that. So cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I really hope Ooze works out. I'll be definitely, jumping more into it, and um, hopefully building your team there. So
Yeah. Yeah. I look forward to seeing some of the questions you throw out in the Telegram if you make your way over there.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I'm already in there. I just haven't really
oh,
posted anything yet.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
I
kind of
mean,
watch, and yeah,
they love answering the technical questions.
awesome.
Um, and it's kind of fun to watch them work.
Yeah. Yeah, I briefly looked over, I think one of the audits, because I know they're audited. I think they've got like
Mhm.
3 contracts. They might have more now because they've been adding things, but of the 3 that have been audited, they look pretty good. Yeah,
Nice.
I noticed they had like some high issues, but that auditor actually said that they were resolved before they put it on the main net. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's nice to see.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, they
Cool.
did a ton of testing beforehand, and they asked some of us to test out stuff. So it was kind of fun to play on the dApp beforehand. Um, it's just it feels like they're doing everything the way it should be done.
Yeah.
Um, with honesty and integrity, and um, it's just kind of a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. It sounds like they did a bit of testing too. I mean, was it a long process?
Um, I'd say it was about 4 months.
Yeah.
They pushed some timelines back a couple of times, nothing major, nothing like 6 months. Um, and nobody's money was tied up.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing, is like people, you know, I've talked about how I'm developing a dApp. I've actually got several I'm working on,
Hmm.
and they take time to actually create something that's new, different, um, and that's well thought out. Uh, these guys that roll stuff out in a week, and mainly they're a fork of something else. And
Mhm.
yeah, those things, you can kind of tell what's going to happen because they're forking off of something else, and you can see what happened to what it forked off of. So
Right. Right.
yeah, it's not rocket science. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
good things take a while. I mean, it takes a while to test, it takes a while to develop, and fix issues, make sure things launch well. I mean, yeah, it just takes time to build something good. So yeah, it's kind of nice to hear that it took 4 months and not 4 days. So that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. They've been putting in a lot of hours, and they all have real jobs too, and they have families, and
Yeah.
um,
Yep.
You know, it's just all things considered, it's been a great ride so far.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for the time. Thanks again for the NFT.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, I'll be hitting you up on Telegram more and jump into the group there.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah.
All right.
All
Thanks
right.
so much.
Take care. Thanks again.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye.